And what I'm seeing now, Abud, is a lot of these guys, you go to iftar or whatever, iftar party, they've been fasting all day, and your body needs nutrients.
All right.
They don't understand the concept of nutrients. They understand the concept of food, but not the nutrients. There's a difference. So you can refeed your body, but you need to nourish your body.
Yes,
So they think, I know in the Arab world and even in parts of Africa, you have the kabsa, the rice, and then we have the biryani in Pakistan and India, and the carb ratios are so off. You've done nothing all day. You've probably been in the masjid doing some zikr, etc. You've done no physical activity. Why
no walking, nothing.
Why are you eating a big plate of rice?
Yeah.
And then you're extending your body. And what happens then? You get the hyperglycemia. It's very low. Rice is very low glycemic index, regardless of color. I don't believe in like brown rice or white rice. It's all very high glycemic index.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get a massive glucose dumping. Then you get insulin spike. Then you get hypoglycemia, almost reactive hypoglycemia.
It's tired.
It's high. You get the postprandial slump. So you see these guys at Tarawih and they're slumping. And because they're refeeding and overfeeding, not nourishing. And what we say is we live in a society which is, overfed but undernourished. And subhanAllah, we've never eaten more in human history, by the way, than we are eating now. There's more diseases of obesity than there are diseases of malnutrition. There's more people in the States and proportionally in the States and in the UK who are overweight and obese than they are underweight. And even if they're obese, you'd think they are replete. These are the guys who are lacking in ferritin.
Yes.
They're lacking in B12. They're lacking in folate. They're lacking in vitamin D.
Vitamin D, zinc, selenium, vitamin C, all the vitamins.
Even like chromium, trace elements, they're lacking in that because they're essentially having ultra-processed food, which is, subhanAllah.
Stripped.
Yeah, it's a stripped, exactly. It's stripped. And I was reading a few days ago, you know what they do in Brazil? They get the acai from the Amazon and they freeze it at source. And some of the people in the Amazon live the longest lives, by the way. They live the longest life. It's called a blue zone, isn't it? Blue zone. Yeah,
there's I actually live in a blue zone actually here in California.
Yeah, but the West is good. So I've never been to the West. I've been to East. I was in Miami last year. Miami is very health conscious in certain parts. But certainly in the West, San Fran, LA, you guys have smoothie culture, lots of these kind of healthy variations, hipster food. So I think it's definitely a blue zone. And you guys spend a lot of time outside, surfers, Muscle Beach, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I tell people, if you go interview surfers in the morning, and especially here in SoCal, you don't find a single disease. They're not depressed. They're not anxious. They're just calm. Like, what's up, bro? And they're lean, and they feel good, and they're up in the morning, and they're in the cold exposure. They're getting magnesium in from the water, through the skin. They're seeing the sunlight. Their hair is getting nutrients in it because our hairs are all deficient and all this stuff. And they're just so robust, and they're not trying to be healthy. They're just living their life. Well, if you go to an office worker, it's in their car, stressed out, they're late for work, they're feeling so bad because they're going to be late, they hate their job, they hate their boss, they come home, their wife yells at them as soon as they get in the door, and they're miserable.
Yeah, exactly.